Welcome to Living Gets Real. I'm Ashwini Vedakan. Joining us on this week's episode is the very cool Rudy on Wheels. But before we get into the show, here's a little sneak peek into her life. Welcome to the show, Rudy. It's good to have you here with us.
Hi Ashwini, thank you very much for having me here.
Let's start with the first question for the day. How would you describe yourself to the viewers of Living Out There?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a mother, a housewife. I'm a self-taught makeup artist and a car reviewer and a hashtag women empowerment blogger.
I like that. I like that ending too. All right, let's move on to the first question. Right? From makeup to cars, that's a big 360 change. Where does your love for these fashion projects come from?
Well, makeup started when I was 13 years old. My mother was a beautician at the time, so I fell in love with makeup straight away and I was applying it on my face. Not that it was perfect, but you know, it was acceptable. And cars, I really fell in love with cars. At the age of 17, I was driving my dad's sports car. And then it got more intense when I met my husband, who has a repair center in Velavasa, Metro Zone. So when I saw him, I was like, you know, just like in Hotel Transylvania, that zinc, you love cars, I love cars, and that was just, you know, so it all started from there, yes.
Okay, so what 3 tips would you give women out there when it comes to cars?
Well, tips, I would say know how to drive your vehicle well, abide by the roads regulations. Number 2 is maintain your vehicle really well, because that's like one of the things that I have noticed most people don't do, and then you know they fall into trouble and then they spend big amounts on repairs. And number 3 would be something that I'm working on. Know your vehicle, know how to notice as soon as there's something wrong with your vehicle, like for instance on the dash cluster, if there is a warning light, know what it's about, know what it means, so that you can act upon it earlier than later.
Nice. Now Rudy, when you described yourself, you said you were a mother, right?
Yes.
So when it comes to motherhood and content creation, do you find a balance when you're working? How does that happen?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. At first, it was really difficult for me to balance both motherhood and my Instagram work, because I want to spend a lot of time with my son, you know, be able to teach him whatever I can. So at first, I was really confused. I didn't know how to do this and do that. But then I realized, okay, I need to plan this out. I need to find a balance between the two, so that I don't feel guilty, you know.
Yeah.
So what I do now is in the morning, I spend a lot of time with my son. I do a lot of things with him. And in the afternoon, I sometimes work on my makeup tutorial, and sometimes on Rudy on Wheels.
Yeah. Right. So coming back to that question where I asked you about the tips you give women, I also know that you are hoping to go into schools for girls and teach them a little bit. Can you tell me about that project?
Yeah, that's right. Because honestly, my idea is to break the stereotype that 1, women can't drive, and 2, women don't know anything about vehicles. I think I've heard enough of that. So what I was planning to do last year was to go to schools and have a few programs where I can teach girls how to know more about the vehicles, but unfortunately because of the COVID situation that got postponed, but I'm hoping to start on that next year.
Nice. Now coming back to content creation, when you work on social media, you have a very tough audience out there. You know, you get a lot of people who are always ready to give you some sort of negativity. How do you deal with that?
I'll be honest with you, honestly, I didn't go through such negativity when I started. Well, of course, after I opened a TikTok account, you know, there were 1 or 2 comments, funny comments, you know, a bit sexist. But then before I could reply to those comments, there were men who came out of nowhere and they commented on behalf of me, and they said, no, she's doing really great and she knows what she's doing. So you see, I think that most of the time I get more positive comments than negative ones, and that's really something that I'm really happy about, because being a woman and being in the automotive industry, that's just an advantage really, and that's hope for others too.
Now again, coming back to your description, you also mentioned that you're an advocate for women's empowerment.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about the projects you work in that?
So I started Rudy on Wheels Sri Lanka as a car reviewer just for fun at first. And then I realized, okay, I'm getting followers and I could use this as a tool to help women, mostly in Sri Lanka. Mm-hmm. So I am basically going to have a few programs where I will conduct, where I will teach women how to take care of their vehicles. Now, if I give you an example, how to change a tire, how to check your fluid levels, because I know, well, people mostly say, okay, you need to be a mechanic to know all this. No, you don't. So that's what I'm trying to break here, get women together and empower them so that they know more about the vehicles and create independency with their vehicles or the vehicles that they drive.
Nice. Wow. So we have reached the end of our burning segment, but we do have a little game here planned for you. Okay, are you ready? So our game for you is called This or That.
Okay.
Right? So we'll start off with the makeup section, okay? Full coverage or natural?
Full coverage.
Okay. Foundation or BB cream?
Foundation.
Bright colors or neutral tones?
Neutral tones.
I can tell. Okay. Brush or bronzer?
Bronzer.
Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lipstick.
Brushes or beauty blenders?
I use both, but okay, I would say brushes.
Shimmers or matte?
Matte.
Okay. Now, NASCAR or Formula One?
Formula One.
Okay. Sleek or bulky?
Sleek.
Okay. Leather interior or an accented dashboard?
Leather interior.
Okay. Old school or new school?
New school.
Okay. European or American muscle?
Is Japanese an option here?
There is another question there. Is that what you're going to go for?
I mean, Japanese sports cars.
Okay. Lewis Hamilton or Max Van Verstappen?
Lewis Hamilton.
George Russell or Daniel Ricciardo?
Daniel Ricciardo.
Bluetooth or Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Automatic or manual?
Manual.
Mazda or Toyota?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Who would you pick?
I'd say Toyota.
Toyota, okay. Now, James Hunt or Niki Lauda?
James Hunt, yeah.
Okay. Cars with history or modern day luxury?
Cars with history.
Okay. Dodge or Tesla?
Dodge.
Okay. Audi or Buick?
Audi.
Hybrid or gas?
Gas.
All electric or gas?
Gas.
Paddle shifters or gears?
Gears.
Nice. Well, we have reached the end of our segment. Thank you for joining us on Living Gets Real.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun.
And that's all we have for you this week. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch the latest episode of Living Gets Real. Thank you for watching and stay safe.